Hi, friend. First off, I have to say that I really enjoyed your piano playing. I'm currently working on homework, and it's close to exam time, as I'm probably sure. I mean, recitals, I think, are synonymous with end of the year projects and things like that. But condolences for your fried brain, because I know if it's anything like mine, it's dead. But anyway, I'm doing homework and listening to you play piano was really nice. And I thought it was really funny when you sat down on the bench. And one thing that I love about watching musicians work, like I play drums, so I don't necessarily do this as much. But I love watching musicians sit down to play and see them like kind of, release everything that they have for a moment and kind of examine their medium and sort of relax and and all that. And you totally did that. And I was expecting like a really soft beginning, and then like you kind of deflated for a moment and then just lifted up your hands and it was like ba 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 ba, and I was like, whoa, it's super aggressive, but I thought it was really funny. And but it was beautiful. It was a very good job. And like I took 1 year of piano, and I pretty much learned by memorization. I would get a song down and memorize it, and then I would just play that. And so I still know like two songs. Yeah. And so the end. But let's see, what were your questions? Oh, something that makes you really nervous. There actually aren't very many things now that make me nervous, but like you, dates is one of them. And I do a lot of speaking engagements for my book and writing and stuff. And normally those don't get me nervous because I kind of tend to say the same things to most places. Like I either talk about like the process of my publishing or what it's like being a young writer, and or just talking about how I talk a lot of like inspirational talks about like just because you're young and from a small town doesn't mean you can't do what you want to do and succeed at it, sort of thing. Um, and but just recently I gave a talk, a presentation, I guess, for 40. Well, I had a whole hour that I could use, but I used about 40 minutes. And I was asked to talk about my thesis, which is my second novel. And this was to the MTSU honors lecture series. And like I knew a couple people in the class, and I know the professor really well, and it's the associate dean, and we're buds. Um, but for some reason, I was nervous, and it was really strange. And it was the first time in a while that I had really been nervous for something like that. But I think the reason why was because it was over new material, and like I was talking about my new book, and I had never done a talk on it before. But the biggest thing that happens when I'm nervous is I talk really, really, really fast, which I kind of do anyway. Um, but I guess when I get nervous, it's just like and I don't breathe, and I'm shaky, and I make lots of dumb jokes, and so yeah, that's what I do when I'm nervous, or what I get nervous about. And a stupid thing I did when I was a kid, there were several of those. One of my favorites that I did, I'm the youngest of three girls, and all of us are 4 years apart. So when I was a baby, my next oldest sister was 4 or 5, and she was working on a My Little Pony collection. And she has since told me that she despised me as a baby because she was like, you were so adorably cute that everybody loved you, and I was just nothing. And there was even one time she tried to make dimples in her face to kind of make herself look cuter, but anyway, that's another story. But like while she and my other sister were away at school one day, I decided to take someone just chatted with me on Facebook. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Um, who is it? I don't know who that is. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, while she was away at school, I went into her My Little Pony collection, and oh, I also should say that I'm a storyteller. Why am I stinking so bad at telling this story? But anyway, we also had a pet rabbit, and so along with it, we had rabbit food, and I actually took out the tails of several of the My Little Ponies and stuck in, like, there's a little hole where the tail goes in the booty of the pony, and I stuck rabbit food pellets in there because it was like the perfect size, and I stuck them in there one by one, and then when you shook them, it was like a little maraca. And I thought I was like a genius for doing that. And then my sister came home and proceeded to despise me even more. I have no like I have vague recollection of this idea of me doing this. Like I remember getting the food pellets and my rabbit looking at me, kind of like, "What are you doing with my food?" Um, but I don't have any remembrance of like my punishment or anything like that. But it was something kind of stupid. I was also known to eat bubbles and eat snow. I ate pretty much everything that like you even closely resemble food. Um, So yeah, I was a cute kid, but I was also a pretty dumb kid. I think that's about it. I'm glad we're friends. Yay, and I'm glad I'm subscribed and everything. So I hope you have a great day.